Hi, I'm Erica Stroh, and I'm a parent life coach and educator. One of my favorite things to do is to help moms and dads with everyday parenting, everyday questions and decisions and problem solving and how to resolve conflicts more peacefully, more calmly, with more compassion for yourself, for your children. What are your goals? What are your values? When's the last time you stopped to even think about the answers to those questions? And how much time do you spend thinking about parenting? How parenthood has changed your life? Regardless of how old your children are, when you made the decision to start a family, your life changed, right? And then the day the baby was born, your firstborn, your life changed. And since then, if you've had more children, I'm sure your life has changed pretty exponentially. Although some people like to kind of minimize the fact that after having a few children, it's all the same. Um, I don't know if that's really true. But I will say having two children has changed my life radically, um, for the better. And at the same time, it has been a journey, an uphill battle at times, work that I didn't realize was involved. Um, and then there was the piece that no one really talked about regarding my marriage to my husband of 20 years, where we were this very happy, peaceful, loving, adventuresome, social couple, 7 years together before we had our son. And now, almost 15 years into being parents, we are still working really hard to create unity and to create peace and to create a partnership. Um, and it is worth every moment of effort and energy. But there are times where it's really challenging. And there are times where I've heard women say things like, I'd almost prefer being a single parent because then I wouldn't have to run everything by my husband or get into conflict if we disagree. And I apologize if that's offensive to any single moms out there. And I realize that to walk in your shoes is a whole nother journey. And I really have a lot of respect for all kinds of parents in all different situations. And I don't know that any one situation is better or easier than any other. But what I am here to say is that you don't have to do it alone. And so whether you are happily married, or single or divorced, or raising children, with a partner, or whatever your life looks like, to gain some fresh perspectives, to gain some professional insights, to gain some understanding of your child's development, to have some gentle guidance around creating more peace and love and harmony in your home, and connection with your children, and creating more cooperation and creating an environment for your family where everybody is, valued, creates what I'm sure you've heard by now, uh, a term called emotional intelligence, something we really need to nurture in our children and ourselves. The ability to have compassion and to be kind and to be patient and to empathize and to be a good listener and to be able to communicate and collaborate, and cooperate well, and to take initiative and to be a leader and to be resilient. And I could go on and on. These wonderful positive qualities are not inborn, they're not innate. Some of us find it easier to relate to these attributes and qualities. And most often because we've been raised by people with those strong attributes and strengths. But for those of us that have not, there are ways to acquire them. There are ways to learn and teach and practice through a very conscious and mindful way of living. And so that's a big part of what I do. So I work really hard to lead groups that will support one another's growth and support one another as parents, where there is reflective dialogue and information and tools and techniques that are shared and offered, but also the gathering, the live gathering, the coming together in the same space, face to face, in person, being able to look each other in the eye and share real, honest stories and challenges and concerns and triumphs and joys and moments to celebrate. So I'm working really hard, not giving up anytime soon, on creating spaces like that at local venues for groups of parents. And groups can be as small as 3, 4, 5 people, and they can be much, much larger. So I'm equipped and I'm ready to run any size group. But I do know that over the years, some women have shared that the smaller the group, the more intimate the group, the more they feel comfortable sharing and opening up. So I will suggest that that's a great place to start. I can relate, but I'm also very experienced in speaking with larger groups, and that works too. I recently did a workshop for, I'm going to say there were probably over 75, 80 parents. And in that room, people were willing to share and talk and be real and honest and vulnerable and, admit their weaknesses and ask questions because they were struggling at home. And there were moms and dads, and I'm looking always to get more of the dads and the fathers out and the husbands to come out and realize and recognize the huge job that we have as parents, and that both parents really need to play a role, a very significant role. And discussing and figuring out what those roles and responsibilities are at home are critical, to the well-being of your family and your children. That's where they're learning from. That's where they're learning about healthy, loving relationships from you. So it's a tall order to be a parent. You don't have to do it alone, as I said before. Parent from the Heart exists to help and support you and to offer guidance, to be your cheerleader, to be your motivator, to hold you accountable, to offer you new practices and strategies, and, to walk with you, through this journey for a while so that you gain a sense of confidence and competence, and you learn to trust yourself and your own intuition as a parent. It's a gift that keeps on giving. So in honor of this Mother's Day, I am offering a 1-hour free face-to-face session. It could be done via Skype for those of you that have trouble getting out or finding a convenient time, but I am also just as willing to come to your home and sit in your kitchen or your living room, meet with you directly so that we can get to know each other and I can share more about my work and how I can help you, and you can share more about some of the challenges and struggles you're having in parenting and some of the goals that you'd like to achieve in your family. So that's going to be it for now. I started my day with a beautiful walk outside. I'm feeling energized and I'm feeling upbeat, and I am looking forward to this Wednesday. So if you don't know about this Wednesday in Rockville Centre, there will be a series we started last week. There are 3 more classes. Join us anytime. If you'd like, Wednesday night from 7 to 8:30, check my website, www.parentfromtheheart.com, or my Facebook page for more details, and please register online if you're interested in joining us. You cannot beat the fee. It's extremely reasonable and affordable. We're growing the group each week, so the more the merrier, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you and have a great day.